Hello everybody, Shadow SP here, and I am back on Granblue Fantasy with the info account. I have updated everything. This should be our new layout whenever we do an info video. So, hopefully it looks okay. Alright, so here today I'm going to talk about Barrage, or as many of us would know it, that other event with the Valor Badges. It does come with a cutscene when you first click on it, but I've already skipped that. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna go ahead and scroll through these real quick. So, right, there's different raids here, different difficulty levels. Unlocking difficulty levels give you Valor Badges. There is conceptually something called an unparalleled foe, which shows up after you beat raids. It's a random chance that it'll show up. It's considered to be somewhat difficult if you're an underprepared account, like Info is. And specifically, it can only be joined by crewmates. So if you're playing in solo crew or without a crew in general, you're gonna have some problems. This is a crew event. If you're not playing in a crew, it's not gonna be good for you. Alright, special backup. Basically, you can send a backup request, and eventually, after some time, the raid will be destroyed by as long as you have a crewmate that can give you the special backup. Which the only requirements are that they are in your crew and have set a star character, which is very easy to hit those requirements. All right, get rewards, obviously, totally fair. Yeah, so it's the final stage. So whatever, it's kind of like it's kind of like Final Rally. And as it says here, it'll only unlock if you get a certain amount of crew honors. That's not actually all that hard for a full crew to get this level of honors, but for someone that's got, you know, a solo crew or an understaffed crew, you might have some issues. Alright. This is all last day stuff, so let's just skip over. Okay. Obviously, we're getting more stuff. And victory certificates will let you grab Revenant weapons. Also, there's a token draw that can have Revenant weapons. Also, you get Valor Badges. And this is just more Valor Badge stuff. Alright. So, when we come into this, the Dread Barrage, we can see at the top is our raid list. We have a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. And you can kind of see the profiles of everything that you're going to face in this event. The only thing we have available at the beginning is the 1-star, because that's how it works. You just got to unlock everything by fulfilling the condition that is listed here. In this case, defeat the 1-star raid 20 times. The condition is always defeat current raid X number of times. And, well, this one should act. And so let's just do the raid one time, just so we can see how everything works. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and summon. Difficulty-wise, this first raid is I would generally consider it to be like somewhat similar to like like a normal event raid. In terms of being able to like one turn it. So I don't know exactly how much HP it has, but we can estimate based on how much damage we're dealing. Yeah. And in fact, when we get to our results screen, I'll get to that in a minute. We can actually look at the battle log to see how much HP these things have. It's an important thing to look at. Yeah, so 9 million is pretty much nothing to get through, even if you're in an underprepared account. So even if you come in to your Dread Barrage and you're like info, you don't have anything special, you can kind of grind out a little bit in the Knick-Knack Academy, get Albert, and Albert can carry your damage because he's got an auto nuke. You just have to push the attack button a bunch of times. So yeah, that's more or less where that is. Why did I click on that? So now that we have some tokens, let's look at a couple of other things. So first of all, there is the token draw. Let's click on that. You can see it'll show up with the Revenant weapons list once again, just like with the Unite and Fight event. You have all 10 Revenant weapons, which will end up recruiting one of the Eternals. You fully improve them. I'll get into that later because I still don't think I think info is still not ready to really start doing that event. To really start doing that process. But I will try to get one of them to fully you have to get it to level 100 on cap in order to do the improvement process. So that's what my objective for Dread Barrage with info this time is, to get one of the Revenant weapons to level 100 on cap. Anyway, then there's the loot tab. It's the same thing as usual. You got a badges tab, crew honors tab. Badges tab goes up to 1,000 badges, which is quite a lot. It's not impossible to reach, but it's quite a steep climb for someone like info who's just gonna be very slow. We'll pick up all this stuff while we're here. And then there's the crew honors tab, which goes all the way up to 1.4 million crew individual honors and 45 million crew honors. Again, it's not impossible to reach these. It's just it'll take time, and if you're having to carry all of this, all of the honor gains, then you're gonna have to do a lot of raids. But you can see in this list, there's all the Valor Badges. You can see the victory certificates. So those, hold on, one second. I'll talk about those in a second. We have the missions tab. Very similar to your Unite and Fight missions tab. This is what they want you to do during the mission, or during the event. And in fact, unlike the Unite and Fight honors tab or missions tab, these missions, like, say I am the only one in my solo crew, in order to unlock the second tier of raid, I have to do all of these. I have to do this mission. Right? In order to unlock the third tier of raid, I have to do this mission. So it's a lot easier to sell, more efficient players on actually doing these missions compared to the Guild War. All right. So, also the rewards. They reward gems, which is a very strange currency that doesn't really do do all that much. You can use it to skip the requirements on like awakenings, and you can use it in place of EMPs. So no worries about that. It also has island builder treasure sets. Don't worry about those either. It's just stuff. All right, Valor Badge shop is the exact same as it always was. It's the same shop, in fact. It's the exact same contents. It does come with a reset, or does it? I don't remember. But it's the exact same shop. You know, it has the exact same priorities as when I was talking about the Unite and Fight Guild War event. You know, buy what you want, buy what you really need, and other than that, you can kind of skip it. And then you have victory certificates, which can be traded directly for one of the Revenant weapons. However, can also be traded for quartz of the current element. These silver shards, which they are not. The silver shards are part of the Eternals process eventually, but they're not for quite a while. And they're also not that hard to get nowadays, so this is something that I would not recommend buying. But if you need Revenant weapons, this is a decent enough way to get them. The only problem is that the amount of victory certificates you can get is limited at 8. You can see the numbers here, right? 8 certificates, 260 badges. You get nothing more, but you can get less. Alrighty. Well, I think that just about covers it. Like the Guild War, like Unite and Fight, there's a lot of stuff that you can get here. It's not as packed and not as deep. But yeah, if you're looking to just do some raids, get some rewards, this is a decent enough event to invest in. And it gives you stuff that it's hard to get otherwise, because the Valor Badges are specifically very hard to come by. You know, the stuff in the Valor Badge shop, there's stuff in there that only exists in the Valor Badge shop. And, you know, stuff in there that makes it that it's very hard to get outside the Valor Badge shop. You know, like the Sunstone. There are a couple other ways to get some Sunstones, but they're not very easy, or they're very limited in scope. So, yeah, if you want my personal recommendation, if you're in a crew, just do some Dread Barrage. It's not that big of a time investment, and you know, if you're basically, I'd give you the goal if you're in a crew, just complete your missions. You know, if you get an unparalleled foe, try to just push the button, request backup, and see how it goes. Because the unparalleled foe gives good rewards. But oh, by the way, this mission for unparalleled foe, it is a crew mission. I noticed that the numbers, you'll notice that the numbers get kind of insane if you're thinking of this as a solo mission. It's not. It's a crew mission, and basically, collectively, if your crew defeats 150 unparalleled foes, then you get everything in this tab. And it's good stuff, as per usual. All right. Well, then let's not, beat around the bush. Let's not ramble around too much. Just wish everybody luck out there in terms of conquering this event. And without any further ado, this has been Shadow SP, signing off. Oh yeah.